Hello and welcome, WCCS Class of 2020. Let me begin this message by saying how much we already miss you. We miss laughing with you in the hallway. We miss greeting you every morning and being able to have those casual conversations throughout the day. We miss those silly conversations before and after class and even miss some of those class disruptions. I assure you, we have not ceased to be praying for you during these unprecedented times. And we're even praying for your future because the last 6 weeks have shown us how much we will miss you next year. I'm sure all of you are ready to graduate. I'm also sure that some of you are doing so with some anxiety and doubt about the uncertainty of our times. When I begin to wonder what the future holds, I'm always reminded of the call of Abraham to follow Jehovah. In Genesis 12, we see that God tells Abraham to leave his home and extended family, leave his belongings and riches, and just start traveling. God literally tells Abraham, I won't even tell you where you're going until you get there, and then I'll tell you to stop. I don't know if I could have had that much faith to follow Jehovah into that much of uncertainty, but Abraham did. He left everything behind, everything that he knew, and followed God into the great unknown. Because of his faithfulness, he was blessed with a great family. He was blessed with a great wealth. And that family and that wealth would grow into what became one of history's greatest nations. The story of Abraham's faithfulness has always reminded me that we are in God's capable hands. He only asks that we follow him into this uncertain world, and he will care for us and meet our every need. In fact, Scripture tells us that God has a plan for you, a plan for you to prosper and thrive, not a plan for you to fail. His plan is perfect, and it is not only able to carry you through the rest of your life, but it is able to bring you blessings upon blessings. Now, on to commencement. The WCCS commencement ceremony contains many cherished traditions. These traditions include the senior narrative video, the faculty blessing called the naming of the gifts, the faculty tunnel of celebration, and the presence of the Loch Norman Bagpipe Band. We are so excited to host a combination of our traditional ceremony with an alternative graduation ceremony that is appropriate for our current situation. We feel that this ceremony will provide the class of 2020 with all the elements of our traditions in a safe environment. The event will be available on Facebook Live and YouTube. So while your extended family and friends will not be able to join us in the sanctuary, they can celebrate with you by watching the service through our school's social media sites. Please listen carefully to these instructions so that this night will run as smoothly and safely as possible. Seniors should arrive at the lower parking lot of Westminster Presbyterian Church. This is the parking lot that is closest to McDowell. The arrival time is 5:15. Each senior should be wearing their cap and gown when they arrive. Gentlemen are to wear black or navy blue dress pants with dress shoes and a white button-down shirt and tie under their gown. Ladies should wear a dress and dress shoes that they're able to walk in under their gown. When you arrive, you will be given your honor graduate stoles or your appropriate cords or whatever is necessary for you to add to your graduation regalia. WCCS faculty and staff will direct each senior vehicle to the appropriate side of the church as you arrive on campus. Due to the extenuating circumstances, unfortunately, each senior may only have one vehicle in the church parking lot, and everyone is asked to remain in their vehicles until directed to enter the church. Additionally, each graduate may be escorted by a maximum of 2 guests into and out of the sanctuary. Mrs. Katie Tassie and Mrs. Hallie Christopher will indicate when a senior and his or her guests can enter and exit the church, and the junior marshals will be available to help in this process. One at a time, Each senior and his or her two guests will enter the sanctuary on the side closest to his or her designated parking lot. There will be signs available, and a few WCCS faculty will direct traffic. As a senior enters the sanctuary, his or her name and the naming of the gifts will be read aloud as the graduate stands on stage. Once the information is read aloud, I will give you your diploma, and Mr. Dillon will provide you with the traditional rose. Graduates will then exit to the courtyard. It's very important that graduates report back directly to their cars so that we can move to the next graduate. Gathering in the courtyard or the parking lot, unfortunately, is not permitted under current restrictions. After a graduate receives his or her diploma, you will be directed to a lineup of cars for the celebration parade. The graduates on the Westminster Tower side of the church will circle behind Westminster Hall and between Westminster Towers to join the cars on the gym side parking lot. This creates the lineup. Graduates are invited to drive through the lower parking lot in front of the church so that the WCCS faculty and staff can celebrate each and every one of you. Again, we will have people posted to help with this lineup for this final parade. In all of this, we also plan to still have the bagpipes joining us, both marching in and out of the sanctuary so that you can see them as you follow along on your devices from your car, and they will remain and continue to play in the courtyard throughout so that you will be able to hear them as you come in and as you exit. Now, if there's any changes made due to restrictions being relaxed by the governor's office or DHEC, we'll let you know at the appropriate time. I began this message by saying how much we will miss you, the class of 2020. This is true, but we're even more excited to see how God works in your life in the future. So please accept our thanks, our hugs, our prayers, and our best wishes as you prepare to leave WCCS as graduates and alumni.